The following podcast is brought to you by the Johners Podcasting Network, found exclusively at WrestlingWithJohners.com.
Today at the Chokeslam Wrestling Report, we're going to be talking about Daniel Bryan and his expired contract. As you guys well know, that April 30th, which was last Friday, his contract expired after his match with Roman Reigns for the Universal World title. The question is, where is he going to go? A lot of people are saying that he might go to NXT and become a coach. Or he could go to Ring of Honor, where he is the founding father of that promotion. Do I think he's going to go to AEW? I highly doubt it. But who knows? We have that and much more. Chokeslam Wrestling Report.
Hit the music.
Welcome to another episode of the Chokeslam Wrestling Report via YouTube video. And today we're going to be discussing the Daniel Bryan situation. But before we do that, of course, I want to thank my subscribers, my followers who follow this YouTube video channel. And I want to give you all my thanks for continue to, support. Especially my guys from Twitter. I know a lot of people that say that Twitter is full of trolls, but you got respective podcasters, respective people, and they show love. So I want to thank you, first of all, before I start. Also, guys, if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Chokeslam Wrestling Report. You can also listen to my audio podcast through Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon, and this is the audio podcast that I drop twice a week and whatnot, where you will listen to all the stuff that's going on in the wrestling business. I have Behind the Curtain on Sundays, and I have the AEW review that I do every Thursday. And of course, this week we talked about the Bloods and Guts. So if you guys want to check it out, it's the Chokeslam Wrestling Report on Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon, and all major audio podcasts that you guys like to listen to these shows. Also, as here in YouTube, of course, guys, I drop my my wrestling roundup. The day has changed. Instead of a Friday, I'll be dropping it off on Saturdays because things are moving along here in New York area, so everything is open up. So a change of schedule. I don't want to tell you why, but change of schedule. So now I'll be dropping it off Saturdays like I used to back in the days, unless it's a big news that I'll probably drop it on Friday nights, late at night. I might drop a YouTube video, but for now, it's going to be Saturdays, and that's going to be the new schedule. Also, guys, if you want to get the Chokeslam Wrestling Report merchandise and apparels, I have the hat, which, guys, I have wore it in the other videos, and here's the shirt, the Chokeslam Wrestling Report, $20, can't go wrong. If you go to tcwr.veryimpressive.com, you will get this shirt. You will get other shirts, the Body Slammer shirt with this little logo in the middle. Check it out. Register to the website, because if you get registered to the website, you get to see the YouTube video of the week that I put, and right under it, you'll see the logo of the Chokeslam Wrestling Report. If you click that, it's going to take you directly to all my audio podcast archives and the latest podcast that I dropped that week. So there you go, guys. I give you information, a lot of ways to find me and whatnot. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video I'm about to do. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell for new uploads. Tell a friend, share it with friends. So let's get started right now. Let's talk about this Daniel Bryan situation. As you guys well know, Daniel Bryan's contract ended last Friday. I'm very surprised that WWE has not pushed the button as far as trying to get him to sign right away. But as you guys know, I think a couple of weeks ago, he was in a podcast saying that he wanted to spend more time at home and to be with his family and I believe his wife is pregnant again, or they gave birth. I'm not sure, but he wants to be home with his kids, right? But he also had mentioned that he wants to try his skills and his I guess his occupation elsewhere. He probably wants to go to New Japan and wrestle there. He wants to probably go to the Impact. He might want to go to the promotion that he is the forefather of, and that's Ring of Honor. You know, even though this pandemic stuff is going around, there's a possibility that he might go to Ring of Honor if he just wants a light schedule. You know what I'm saying? NXT is a possibility. He could work as a coach. If I don't know if he's living in the Orlando area, or he's living in Florida, because I know he's from Seattle, so we don't know. The possibilities of him going to NXT as a coach is great because maybe he doesn't want to wrestle anymore. But what I heard and what I read on the dirt sheet and other uh, social media, uh, you know, websites, he said he wants to try his, tools of the trade in other areas. Now, this is a guy. If you look at his resume, I just went on Wikipedia to look at this guy's resume as Hall of Fame resume. This guy has been New Japan IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions. Okay, he's been the Noah Global Honor Champion, Junior Champion. This guy won has won supposedly according to WWE, they have him winning the WWE title 4 times, a one-time World Heavyweight Champion, Tag Team Champions on numerous occasions, United States Champion, Intercontinental Champion. I mean, this guy's resume is incredible. So, knowing WWE and knowing that they're scared, Daniel Bryan may go to AEW. AEW right now, with the situation they have, as many wrestlers they have, they're beginning to be like WWE, where they're hoarding all this talent. They're using it for elevation and dark, but you got too many guys to do the storylines. And Tony Khan right now is getting a lot of bad rep because he doesn't know how to book actually book a match, but he doesn't know how to book the ending of a match. So that's a lot of stuff going on there with AEW. But as far as Daniel Bryan's concerned, I do not see him going to AEW. So if anybody thinks, but you're an AEW fan, no, I'm keeping it real. When it comes to this podcast, I keep it real. He's not going to AEW. Who knows? He may just not sign with anybody and take a break, a year break, whatever, and makes, part-time appearance. He's been with WWE for close to 20 years. I mean, he was working with WWE 2008 to 2009, and 2009, then he got let go. WWE brought him back. He had a great WrestleMania, and this is the only part that I think WWE messed him up at, when he became world champion. He beat Batista and Randy Orton and Triple H in one night. His Yes movement was getting bigger than the company. And they made a storyline where Kane, who was his tag team partner before he won the world title, Team Hell No, or Team Hell Yes, whatever they would call, attacked him and power drive them on top of the steps. After that, he got hurt, and then they tried to keep him away from the ring. He won the Intercontinental belt, which he never lost because he had a forfeit. So they kept Daniel Bryan for almost 2-3 years without wrestling. Okay, and it was bad because I'm sure that WWE doctors are not the best doctors in the world. Let's be realistic right now. I mean, CM Punk said it best. He had a cyst on his back for years, and WWE did not do nothing to him to take care of that cyst. So for WWE doctors to stop Daniel Bryan from wrestling for, I don't know how many years was it, 3, 4, I don't remember what was. So they finally let him wrestle back. Shows you that they in a way, if he was hurt, it kind of gave him a chance to heal up and then come back. But they took years away from the wrestling. Also, I think he was one of the producers in the back of Smackdown. He did a great job with that. His WrestleMania match between Edge Roman at WrestleMania this year was a great match. But you already knew this was his last hurrah. He made it clear before all that storyline, before Roman Reigns won the title, all that, he had made it clear that this was his last run. So the guy is ready to probably, he's saying this is his last run in WWE. He did not say he's retiring. Let's get that clear. He did not say he's retiring. He said that was his last run. So right now he has no contract with WWE. But the question is, where is he going to go? Is he going to go to MLW? I mean, MLW supposedly, well, the rumor was that WWE and MLW were going to work together, and now Colt Bauer pretty much killed that rumor, stating that he is just looking forward to dealing with the media stuff before he even thinks about working with WWE and have some working relationship. It's got to be on point. So that's not great. And by the way, MLW just lost Selena De Lorenzo, who now Selena De Lorenzo, there's word that she might come to WWE, which I think is a stupid move. It's not a smart move. Any woman who wants to come to to WWE to do what? You're done. You might as well not even come to WWE because they're not going to use you. Unless Charlotte Flair's there, they're not doing shit with you. So let's keep it real. But I digress on that. Let's continue to talk about Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan could go to MLW and wrestle. Remember, some of these wrestlers may not want to be stuck with a contract. I'll give you a good example. Andrade left, right? And he made it clear he didn't want to be stuck with no contract. He's right now in AAA. I don't know if he's not contracted. I know that for a fact because he made it clear. But he already challenged Kenny Omega for the AAA Mega Champion that's for Triple Mania in August. So wrestlers like that, Daniel Bryan may just want to be a one-time deal, come and wrestle whoever's the big name champion in whatever promotion and not just stay there. Matt Cardona did that. Matt Cardona is I don't think he has a contract with Impact Wrestling. He's per appearance. He could do that. Daniel Bryan could do that. Daniel Bryan's only 40 years old. He's going to be 40 in May 22nd. And what? Today, in 2 weeks from today, he will be 40 years old. He's still got a lot in the tank. He proved it in WrestleMania, and he proved it in his match with Roman Reigns. So Daniel Bryan, it'll be a big loss for WWE if he does not sign. You know what I'm saying? Because Daniel Bryan is very entertaining. He's one of the guys that I don't mind watching his matches. Same thing with AJ Styles. That's another guy. I've been following AJ since TNA days. I just don't like the way they're pushing him. He doesn't need to be pushed. The guy's done everything in the business. Okay. Supposedly, Daniel Bryan's credential to WWE, I could read him right now, WWE champion 4 times. He's the World Heavyweight Champion 1 time. He's the WWE Intercontinental 1 time. He's the WWE United States Champion 1 time. He should have had more than that. He's the WWE Tag Team Champion 1 time with Kane. WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champion with Rowan. Money in the Bank winner, SmackDown 2011. Match of the Year with him, Kofi Kingston at WrestleMania 35. 26 Triple Crown Champion. 6 Grand Slam Champion under the current format. 15 overall. And Slammy Award 12 times. 12 times Slammy Award winner. Probably the most in Slammy Award with that WWE thing they give. But that's just his accolades in WWE. And I could go on. I just told you about what he done in outside of WWE. Okay, he's the founding father of Ring of Honor. The founding father. Okay, of Ring of Honor. The pure champion, Ring of Honor pure champion, and Ring of Honor world champion. I think he was the last guy to beat, if I'm correct, Nigel McGuinness for the pure champion to unify those belts. And I think it was 2004, 6, something like that. I can't remember the year, but that's why the pure champion was no longer seen in Ring of Honor until last year, because he was the last guy to unify it. So Daniel Bryan is right now Hall of Fame worthy for what it's worth in WWE, because the Hall of Fame, they just been making it shittier and shittier every year. But where is he going to go next? It's up in the air. Japan, most likely he could go to Japan, but right now with Japan, what's going on with that state of emergency in Tokyo, they just cancel more shows in Japan. because of the pandemic. So that's gonna have to be put on hold. The so him going to New Japan, it can happen when everything clears out back again. So he could go there, or he could just wrestle WWE for the meantime, part time, with no contract, and do what Jericho did. Jericho used to be part time in WWE. He was supposed to wrestle Undertaker in the Saudi Arabia show. He never made it. Instead of Miro was that time who was known as Rusev wrestled the Undertaker. He could do that. He could show up somewhere and unexpected and make history in wrestling. I mean, it can happen, but right now it's up in the air. Right now, that was the big story. Besides the blood and guts situation, which I don't want to talk about it because I already said what I had to say in my podcast, my audio podcast on Thursday about the blood and guts match. But right now, the big news was Daniel Bryan. Where is he going? Where's his next move? Gotta watch and see, and hopefully we'll find out where he's at. But wherever he lands, still going to bring it, and the guy's only 40 years old. He still could do a lot of work in that ring, and right now, probably just want to go home, spend time with his kids, his wife, and maybe take a break from the wrestling scene again, and then just figure out what he's going to do right now. So who knows? Because they were saying September, his contract ended September, and in a podcast he said everybody's focusing on the month of September. So, but he did not say what his contract was. It was up to Fightful Select. Sean Ross Sapp said his contract ended April 30th, the night he wrestled Roman Reigns. So then we'll see what happens. And we just got to keep our eyes focused and see what happens. And it's a good thing. We have someone out there who can make a name from, or has made a name, is a Hall of Famer, and could come and make a difference in any wrestling promotion that he feels that he could come and do what he needs to do. So until then, guys, this is the end of the show. It was very short and simple. Once again, guys, if you want to purchase the Chokeslam Wrestling Report T-shirt, again, tcwr.veryinkpressive.com. That's tcwr.veryinkpressive.com. And you can get this shirt. You could get the baseball cap snapback with the Chokeslam Wrestling Report logo on the front. And also if you could register to the website, like I said, so you get videos like this, and you get the audio podcast that I do every week. When you go under the video and you hit the link or the logo, Chokeslam Wrestling Report, you'll open up a new browser, and it'll show you all the archives of my audio podcast that I've done. Until then, guys, just be safe. Please wear your mask to keep yourself safe. 6 feet apart. We're almost there. Almost there. Till then, guys, God bless, and I'll see y'all guys next week.